What if the problem is not your life, but the mind that keeps trying to fix it? And Buddha's teaching is more like medicine than philosophy. Why modern spiritual path is empty? In the modern world, spirituality has become the new fashion statement. We see people practicing yoga to showcase their flexibility or meditating just to tell others how zen they have become. They trade their old worldly identity for a new, spiritual ego. They wear the robes of a seeker, but inside, the mind remains the same, insatiable, restless, and deeply lost in mental fabrication. The invisible fever. The flow that hides the ill. We live in a world that never stops moving. This constant flow of sensory input, the endless notifications, the chase for status, and the noise of modern life acts like a thick fog. Because this movement is constant, we fail to notice the underlying fever of the mind. We assume our restlessness is just part of life, not realizing it is a chronic symptom of a deeper mental desire. Just as a person living in a room with a constant hum eventually stops hearing the sound, we have become deaf to our own mental illness. We are blinded by the very speed at which we chase satisfaction, never pausing to see that the seeker itself is unwell. The universal diagnosis. Regular humans are mentally fabricated. The great physician once delivered a diagnosis that remains the most profound psychological truth in history. Mental fabricated is ill, all worldlings are deranged. This isn't a judgment, but a clinical observation of the human condition. In the Roga Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 4.157, the Buddha explains that while physical health is common, mental health, true sanity, is almost non-existent among those who haven't seen the truth. We are like patients who have forgotten we are in a hospital, mistaking our delusions for reality. We spend our entire lives chasing shadows, believing that the next stimulation will finally be the one to cure our inner emptiness, unaware that the chasing itself is the disease. The cloud of delusion and the hidden trap. Our perception is not a clear window, it is a clouded lens. This cloud is the default structure of human history, a persistent delusion that prevents us from seeing things as they truly are. We think we are making conscious choices, but we are often just reacting to the stimulation trap. The mind is designed to seek more, to build more, and to want more, creating a self-sustaining cycle of fabrication. Because this structure is built in to our human experience, it feels natural. However, the great physician points out that what feels natural is actually a systemic error, a lifetime of miscalculating where true satisfaction lies. The neutral world versus the projector. The greatest irony of our existence is that the outside world is entirely neutral. A mountain, a car, or even a person has no inherent power to give us happiness or sadness. Yet, we spend our entire life's energy, time, and wealth trying to extract joy from these neutral objects. We act as a projector, casting our own internal needs and fantasies onto a blank screen, and then we get upset when the screen doesn't respond back. We are chasing a mirage in a desert, exhausting ourselves for a satisfaction that can never be found in the object itself, because the source of the thirst is within our own distorted vision. The lifetime error. The default human structure. This chase is not just a personal mistake, it is the default human structure. From the dawn of civilization, we have been builders of illusions, creating complex systems to satisfy a hunger that is fundamentally insatiable. We believe that if we just find the right object, or reach the right goal, the mind will finally be at rest. But the structure of the mind is designed to fabricate, not to fulfill. It is a lifetime error, a fundamental glitch in our psychological code that makes us look for a cure in the very stimulation that feeds the fever. We are trapped in a feedback loop of our own making. The final medicine. Wisdom is the only exit. Is there a place or an object that can truly fulfill us? The great physician's answer is a resounding no. There is no thing to be found because the entire structure of existence is a mind-fabricated illusion. There is no escape within the matrix. The only escape is wisdom, nirvana. Wisdom is the realization that there is nothing to fulfill because the needer is just a construction of thoughts. When the fabrication stops, the illness vanishes. Nirvana is not a destination we reach, but the cessation of the disease of wanting. It is the moment we finally stop the chase, recognize the illusion, and step out into the sunlight of sanity. The ego trap. Wealth, power, and the secondary prison. Even those who achieve the height of worldly success, money, power, and intellectual knowledge are often the most trapped. Their ego creates a secondary prison, telling them, "I can control everything," or "I am better and more stable than others." This arrogance acts as a barrier to true wisdom, making them reject the physician's cure because they believe they are the masters of their domain. But in reality, the king and the beggar are in the same boat of fabrication. No amount of money or power can stop the process of mental construction that creates the burden on the heart. The successful man is often just a person who has decorated his prison cell more luxuriously than others, still unaware that he is bound by the same insatiable hunger for stimulation. The radical cure. Beyond plasters and bandages. The Buddha was not a doctor who offered temporary relief or mental bandages to hide the pain. He did not provide a religious plaster to make the world feel better. Instead, he cut directly to the root of the wound by revealing the truth of the sensory matrix. He showed that the only way to stop the suffering is to stop the fabrication. To exit this stimulation trap, one needs more than just books or information. One needs a Kalyana Mitra, a spiritual friend who has already seen the exit. True wisdom is a deconstruction process that requires guidance from those who have walked the path of direct recognition. There is no escape within the existence we've built. The only way out is to recognize the illusion for what it is, drop the tools of the builder, and finally step into the sanity of the unconditioned.